Zero.
Hello and welcome to this show in this date in history, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the smart device application Today in History. What happened today in history?
Historical calendar.
onthisday.com.
For links to those sources, the music you're hearing, and anything else we gather throughout the show, as well as other links that you may be interested in, check the underbar in the description below. Before I introduce ourselves, I just want to say that yesterday we had forgotten one birth, Harambe. He was born in 1999. We all know who he was. So anyway, without further ado, I am A.O. Xander.
Me.
And I am, I think, Richard Tickle.
Trickle.
Trickle.
Richard Tickle? Uh-oh, that's even worse.
Tickle. Oh, you gotta watch out for that, man.
Don't tickle the Richards. That's harassment of a sexual nature. Anyway, today is Saturn's Day, also known as Saturday, May 28th, 2022.
Okay, let me start it.
Alright.
585 BC, a solar eclipse occurs as predicted by the Greek philosopher and scientist Thales, while Alcides is battling Xerxes in the Battle of the Eclipse, leading to a truce. This is one of the cardinal dates from which other dates can be calculated.
That is pretty unique.
Cool.
I can take this next one here.
No, we're doing.
It's a
3 for 3.
That's
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
621. Wow, that's a huge time jump. Battle of Halu. Li Shimin, the son of the Chinese Emperor Gaozu, defeats the numerically superior forces of Dao Jade near the Huam Pass, Hina. This victory decides the outcome of the civil war that followed the Sui dynasty collapse in favor of the Tang dynasty.
The Sui dynasty? Sui!
1533, the Archbishop of Canterbury, Thomas Cranmer, declares the marriage of King Henry VIII of England to Anne Boleyn valid.
Interesting.
OWHH.
Oh, shit.
Alright, your turn, Muffin.
Okay. In 1588, the Spanish Armada, with 130 ships and 30,000 men, sets sail from Lisbon, Portugal, heading for the English Channel. It will take until May 30th for all the ships to leave the port.
2 days for 130 ships. I don't know if that's bad or good, but that's a lot of ships. 30,000 men? Good lord.
Yeah.
Sweet man.
Oh, fuck. Anyways, in 1644, we got the English Civil War. We got Bolton massacred by the Royalist troops under the command of James Stanley, the 7th Earl of Derby. The last one I'm gonna do here, or maybe I'm not sure. But anyways, in 1754, the French and Indian War, and the first engagement of the war, Virginia militia under the 20. Can't speak today. Anyways, the 22-year-old Lieutenant Colonel George Washington defeat a French resistance party in the Battle of Jameloville Glen in what is now Viette County in southern Pennsylvania.
Damn, at 22 years old, he's already a lieutenant colonel.
Yeah, dude, like, something I was talking with my dad just the other day, was, like, you know, Alexander Hamilton and, some of the other founding fathers. Like, of course, not what's-his-face who's on the $100 bill.
Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah, that dude. Like, most of the founding fathers were, like, in their, like, early, you know, to mid-20s.
Yeah, that's right. I remember.
God
I was there.
damn.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
weren't you?
because I know, obviously, back in those days, age didn't really matter when it comes to like being part of the political system. But
Or-
now you have to be like, for president, now you gotta be 35 and up.
Yeah.
But
Anyway-
now, wasn't any of those presidents now really is not 35 to be a president. That never happened yet, so.
Well, isn't the youngest... Wait, is it 35 or is it 40? What's the
No,
youngest?
it's 35.
35, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, jumping up into 1802, in Guadalupe, 400 rebellious slaves led by Louis Delguerre blew themselves up rather than submit to Napoleon's troops. Well, alright. At least we know how the Middle East, started, learned the idea, learned French.
Sounds like it tore them apart.
At least they went out with a bang.
Oh, boo.
In 1830, U.S. President Andrew Jackson signed the Indian Removal Act, which denied Native Americans their land rights and forcibly relocated them. I do not like that.
That's fucked.
Yeah, that's awful. And then in 1871, the Paris Commune fell after 2 months. So that just sounds like a failure of government, not a revolution. But maybe a revolution came afterwards. No government, anarchy, everybody goes crazy.
Yeah. Also, 1892 in San Francisco, John Muir organized the Sierra Club.
What is the Sierra Club? Let's look that up real quick.
If they ain't a strip
Sounds
club,
like somewhere in the mountains, brother.
See,
They have a club in the mountains, brother.
if it ain't a strip club, I'm not interested.
Once again, Google's lagging, so continue on. I'll get back with the Sierra Club.
1905, Russo-Japanese War, the Battle of Tsushima?
Tushishima, I think.
Shishima. I think the T is silent, like a tsunami. So,
Ends in destruction of the Russian Baltic Fleet by Admiral Chiguro Hiyachiro and the Imperial Japanese Navy.
dang.
Wow.
In
1907, the first Isle of Man TT race is held.
the first Isle of Man TT race. Okay, so that Isle of Man TT, I think that's a foot race. But the Sierra Club is an environmental organization with chapters in all 50 U.S. states, Washington, D.C., and Puerto Rico.
They're not a strip club.
They are not. And the Isle of Man TT, or Tourist Trophy races, are an annual motorcycle racing event run on the Isle of Man in May or June of most years since its inaugural race in 1907. The event is often called one of the most dangerous racing events in the world. Dang. Anyway, I think it's, whose turn is it?
I think it's fine. Anyways, the first one I'm gonna do here, oh Lord, 1918, the Azerbaijan,
Aspergian, something, yeah.
Sorry, I got the Southern Mexican accent, so I think that's
Well, we do live close to the border, so.
yeah. Anyways, the Democratic Republic and the First Republic, Armenia, declare their independence.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah. 1926, the 28th May, 1926, coup d'Dara, I can't, it's kind of hard. Anyways, Nacional is established in Portugal to suppress the unrest of the First Republic.
Now, see, there would have been your Hispanic accent would have come into place. Diatora Nacional.
Yeah.
So,
Nacionale.
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 Neapolitan.
Anyways, official last one that I'm gonna do actually.
Alright.
In 1932, in the Netherlands, construction of the offshore dip.
Wow.
What a weird ass freaking name. Anyways, is completed in the Zuiderzee. Jesus.
Jesus, right?
Sanders joined himself.
My dad's here. He's the one laughing.
And his Z Bay is converted to the freshwater. Dude, what the hell is
What
this
is with
name?
these words?
Dude, you did this shit on purpose, dude.
You chose these three.
I'm the source. I'm the man who makes the source.
Oh, Jesus.
Blame Sohan. It's not my fault at all.
That's like committing murder over here.
Right?
Anyways,
Ejjeslamir?
let me pronounce this. Ejjeslamir? Oh my god. No,
As good as my attempt.
It's not
probably
murder,
just
Terry.
put all these brain jibble jabber on their freaking keyboards.
It's just like some of the inventors of languages are just like, smack the keyboard, that's a word. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for joining us, Mr. Muffin. You have a great rest of your day. I appreciate you coming.
No problem.
So,
No problem.
we will see you hopefully sooner rather than later next time.
Most likely, I'm not sure, so.
Alright.
Hell yeah. Maybe next time this will be a different country. You never know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's going to Europe.
Oh,
So, for a little vacay there.
enjoy.
Yep. Anyway, moving on up into 1934, near Callender, Ontario, Canada, the Dion quintuplets were born to Olivia and Elzire Dion. They will be the first quintuplets to survive infancy. Cool. Quintuplets. What is quintuplets? Like 5. Okay. I don't even need to look it up. I have 2 people telling me. Then in 1936, Alan Turing submitted On Computable Numbers for publication. On Computable Numbers. Let me check that out here real quick. Let's see here. Copy. Oh, nope, wrong button. Copy. Paste. Here. On Computable Numbers. Well, that's lagging again, so I'm just going to take us up into the next one. In 1937, Volkswagen, the German automobile manufacturer, was founded. Thanks to Funny Mustache Man. On computable numbers may be described briefly as the real numbers whose expressions as a decimal are calculable by infinite means. Interesting.
Yeah. 1940, World War II, Belgium surrendered to the Nazi Germany to end the Battle of Belgium. Also, 1940, in World War II, Norwegian, French, Polish, and British forces recaptured Narvik in Norway. This is the first Allied infantry victory of the war.
Cool.
1948, Daniel Francois Milan is elected as Prime Minister of South Africa after... No, he later goes on to implement... Oh, fuck apartheid.
Yeah.
Fucking cunt.
Yeah, I agree. So the first Prime Minister of South Africa does one of the...
It's a fucking cunt. The cuntest moves ever.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, 1 decade later in 1958, during the Cuban Revolution, Fidel Castro's 26th of July movement, heavily reinforced by Frank Pius militia, overwhelmed an army post in El Uvero.
Yep, starting.
Yep. Like, the what's-his-face moving and all that stuff. Jumping on up into 1961, Peter Benenson's article, The Forgotten Prisoners, was published in several internationally read newspapers. This will later be thought as the founding of the human rights organization Amnesty International. Interesting. And then 3 years later, in 1964, the Palestine Liberation Organization, or PLO, was founded with Yasser Arafat elected as its first leader. I remember Yasser Arafat.
I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a boomer in the audience next to me here, like a stage 1 boomer. So.
Absolutely.
1961.
74.
1974, Northern Ireland. Wait, we didn't do 1968. Garuda, Indonesia Flight 982 crashes near Nala Sopara in India, killing 30.
Dang.
1974, Northern Ireland's power sharing Sunningdale agreement collapses following a general strike by loyalists. 1975, 15 West African countries signed the Treaty of Lagos, creating the Economic Community of West African States.
Nice.
And 1977, in Southgate, Kentucky, the Beverly Hills Supper Club is engulfed in fire, killing 165 people inside.
That sucks.
Damn. Seems like someone was burning food. I'm joking. Because it's called the Supper Club.
Yeah. Well, at first I read that as stripper club, and I'm like, what? So,
Oh, it's Supper Club.
yeah.
Unless they do something involving a strip club and a burger, in food.
Well, that brings naked burger to a whole new meaning. Anyway, 1979, Konstantinos Karamanlis signed the full treaty of the accession of Greece with the European Economic Community. So it sounds like that's the initial steps for them to join the EU whenever that formed. In 1987, an 18-year-old West German pilot, Matthias Rust, evaded Soviet Union air defenses and landed a private plane in Red Square in Moscow, Russia. Holy crap!
I remember that.
The balls on that guy.
Awesome. I do remember.
That sounds a lot like that time the guy landed a helicopter in the White House.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And in 1991, the capital city of Addis Ababa fell to the Ethiopian People's Revolutionary Democratic Front, ending both the Derg regime in Ethiopia and the Ethiopian Civil War. And that's my three. So
1995, the 7.0 megawatt Nefis Gorzik earthquake shakes the former Russian settlement of near to Gorzik with a maximum Macaulay intensity of 9, which is violent. Total damage was 64.1 slash $3 million. $3 million.
100 million.
With $100 million with a 1,989 deaths and 750 injured. The settlement was not rebuilt. Of course, I wouldn't want to rebuild after that type of earthquake.
$300 million? Good lord. That's a lot of money.
And also, 1996, U.S. President Bill Clinton's former business partners in the Whitewater land deal, Jim McDougall and Sarah McDougall, and the governor of Arkansas, Jim Guy Tucker, are convicted of fraud.
Dang.
I wonder if they, for some reason, ended up,
What? Hillary? Epstein
Prob-
or something?
Clinton.
Yeah, Clinton. Well, this is before they started going on their rampage, but, it's never a good idea to do business with the Clinton. So.
1998, nuclear test. Oh, no. Unless you have it that in the event of your death, no matter what it is, shit gets leaked.
Yeah. What happened in 1998?
1998, nuclear test in Pakistan responds to a series of nuclear tests by India with 5 of its own codenames. Shigari 1, prompting the United States, Japan, and other nations to impose economic sanctions. Pakistan celebrates Yom-e-Tabir annually.
What is
Sounds like they're fucking rubbing it in India's face.
Yeah, well, Pakistan and
Annually.
India, they don't like each other.
Yeah, in your face. My phone ain't working. He calls customer service. You have reached customer service.
Well,
Fuck you, Pakistan.
You are essentially right. Yom-e-Takbir is celebrated as a national day in Pakistan on May 28th in commemoration of Shagai 1 and Shagai 2 series of nuclear tests. The nuclear tests made Pakistan the 7th nation to possess nuclear weapons and the first in the Muslim world. So, they essentially are celebrating that they have nuclear weapons, and I can't think of a more inhuman thing to do. Like,
Hey.
so, dang. Jumping on up into 1999, in Milan, Italy, after 22 years of restoration work, Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece, The Last Supper, was put back on display. Nice.
Bravo, magnificent.
Yeah. 2002, the last steel girder was removed from the original World Trade Center site. Cleanup duties officially ended with closing ceremonies at Ground Zero in Manhattan, New York City. And then 365 days later, in 2003, Peter Hollingworth resigned as Governor General of Australia following criticism of his handling of child sexual abuse allegations during his tenure as Anglican Archbishop of Brisbane. Oh, he was in the church? That's not good. So, obviously he did it.
Oh, shit. Okay. 2004, the Iraqi governing council chooses Ayad Awali, a longtime anti-Saddam Hussein exile, as Prime Minister of Iraq interim government. Damn, I'm surprised he was still alive during that time.
Yeah.
Saddam gave him the easy way out, because normally he would kill a motherfucker in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but he got out of there, and Saddam is no Clinton. You know, he doesn't have the reach that they do. So.
No, he exiled him. So instead of killing him, so.
That's true.
Yeah, the guy was exile. He got the lucky way.
Dang, so Saddam Hussein is more humane than Hillary Clinton. That's
because I think Saddam had one of his sons killed.
Well, I mean, like, as a son, I can understand why a father would want their son, offed. But
Well,
mine keeps trying to kick me out of the house, but I just keep coming back. Can't get rid of me that easily.
okay. Also, 2008, the first meeting of the Constituent Assembly of Nepal formally declares Nepal's republic, ending the 240-year reign of the Shahi dynasty.
Dang.
The Shah.
Yeah.
Also, okay. Hold on. Let me clear these notifications that kept on popping up.
Curse you, notifications.
Come on, Discord. Don't be dick.
Dick's cool.
Also, in 2010, in West Bengal, India, the Janeshwari Express train derailment and subsequently collision kills 148 passengers.
Dang. Do I have to start avoiding trains now, too? Like.
Most of that stuff's inedible.
Yeah. And this is all, like, second and third world stuff for the most part, where everything's shoddily designed and not really kept up to stringent industry standards and whatnot due to financial and budgetary constraints.
Some of those people be on the fucking top of the drain and shit. They be overcrowding too.
That is true. Yeah, I've seen some of those pictures of Indian trains where they're literally just on it,
Hanging on the damn thing.
Yeah. Anyway, in 2011, Malta voted on the introduction of divorce. The proposal was approved by 53% of the voters, resulting in a law allowing divorce under certain conditions being enacted later in that year. 5 years later, in 2016, Harambe, a gorilla, was shot to death after grabbing a 3-year-old boy in his enclosure at the Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Garden, resulting in widespread criticism and sparking various internet memes. Dicks out for Harambe! So, but yeah, no, yesterday was his birthday, so that sucks. He died on the day after his birthday. So.
Hey, Hitler did too.
That is true, but, well, allegedly. So, and then there's also, what else? What other point I was going to make? Oh, yeah. There's a theory out there that monkeypox is Harambe's inevitable, retaliation on the human race. Even though Harambe was an ape, but whatever. Anyway, jumping on up into 2017, former Formula One driver Takuma Sato won his first Indianapolis 500, the first Japanese and Asian driver to do so. Double world champion Fernando Alonso retired from an engine issue in his first entry of the event. So dang.
Damn.
Alright, before we get into bursts and deaths, any articles grab you, more than most?
Yes. Harambe Uh, the governing council choosing a anti-Saddam
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. What was his name?
Uh,
Ayed Alawi.
Yep. What's the Treaty of Lagos, the Beverly Hills Supper Club.
Yep. Also, the last steel girder from the Ground
Yep.
Zero.
World Trade Center.
Yep. Yeah. As usual, a lot of interesting things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This is why history is awesome. Jumping on to the
Yep.
verse. Why don't you start us off, good sir?
Yes, I will. In 1140, Xing Qiu, Chinese poet, general, and politician. Yeah. That's. Yep. They used to be generals used to be scholars in the Chinese dynasties.
Well, that makes sense. You know, you got to be intelligent, you know, to be able to, you know, devise plans and, you know, order people
Strategic.
around.
Yes.
So,
Also, 1371, John the Fearless, Duke of Burgundy.
wonder what made him so fearless.
1818, PGT Beauregard, American general.
His full name was Pierre Gustave Totunt Beauregard. For those interested. Let me change the name here real quick. So let's see here.
Let me see what.
1837, George Aslan was born on this date. He was an Irish architect who co-designed St. Colman's Cathedral, and I forgot to put in his death. So, his death year. So, what year did he die? 1921. He died in 1921. So, let me add that in real quick. 21? 1858, Carl Richard Nyberg was a Swedish inventor and businessman who developed the blowtorch, dying in 1939. So, welders thank this guy. And anybody who does anything involving welding, if you're on the ship, you know. So, and then 1878, Paul Pelliot was a French sinologist and explorer, dying in 1945. But what is a sinologist? Is that like science of sin? The sinologist, the academic study of China primarily through Chinese language, literature, and history. Okay, so like Sino. Okay, so yeah, so like a scientist of China, studying China and such.
Yeah.
Anyway, your turn.
Okay. 1883, Claude Williams Ellis, English Welsh architect who designed the Port Merion village.
The Port Merion is a village in Wales. It is a tourist village in Gwynedd, North Wales. It was designed and built by Sir Claude Williams Ellis, same guy, yep, between 1925 and 1975 in the style of an Italian village, and is now owned by a charitable trust. So it's essentially like the world's first theme park, I guess.
So it took them 50 years
Okay.
to build it.
Yeah, looks like it. Designed and built. So yeah.
1903, L. Kirloskar, Indian businessman who founded the Kirloskar Group.
Interesting. What's his full name? Let me check this out. S.L. Kirloskar. His full name is Shantanuraru Laxmanarao or Laxman Rao Kirloskar. What is with these names? I swear.
Got a good one coming up.
Oh yeah, you do.
In 1908, A.M. Fleming, English journalist and author who created James Bond.
Nice.
Yep. Another weird thing is,
What?
okay, Britons are pretty much picky on who they pick as certain actors. Like for Doctor Who,
Yeah.
like for the Doctor,
Yeah.
for their role, he has to be British. Well, he has to be English. Well, you know, Yeah, from Europe.
Yeah, well, you have to be from the British Isles. Like, isn't David Tennant Scottish?
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
But that's the weird thing. They have that rule for, you know, Doctor Who, but they have that rule for Bond because Roger Moore.
Yeah, and also Sean Connery.
Oh, he's from the British Isles.
Yeah.
But you know, Roger Moore was American,
Ah.
and he became a Bond.
I wonder if he's a savings bond.
But no, yeah.
Anyway, getting back on track here, in 1914, W.G.G. Duncan Smith was born on this date. He was an English captain and pilot, dying in 1996, and his full name was Group Captain Wilfred George Gerald Duncan Smith. So Wilfred George Gerald Duncan Smith. That's that. You know, what's the song? John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith. That's my name too. Then 1921, we have D.V. Paluskar, was an Indian Hindustani classical musician, dying in 1955, and his full name was Pandit Dattatreya Vishnu Paluskar, for anyone interested.
Hold on, I'm doing something.
What are you doing?
I have to type in something.
Okay.
No, let me do this one. What's we? 1923, N.T. Ramarao. That don't even sound right. Indian actor, director, producer, and politician who was the 10th Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh.
His full name was Nandamuri Taraka Rama Rao. Interesting name.
1936, Claude Forget, Canadian academic and politician.
I wonder if he forgot things.
Damn.
Forget.
1940, Shmuel Riskin, U.S. rabbi, academic, founded the Lincoln Square Synagogue.
I never knew that Shlomo was an actual name. I just thought it was a slur or something. You know, calling someone a Shlomo. You know.
Unless his father hated him.
Huh. Anyway, 5 years later, in 1945, Patch Adams, yes, he was a real person, was a U.S. well, I guess is, because he's still alive, a U.S. physician and author who founded the Gesundheit Institute. 1945 as well, we have John Fogerty, is a U.S. singer, songwriter, guitarist, and producer. And then 1946, Skip Jutsi is a U.S. baseball player, or was. He'd be an old one now, you know. He's still alive. Who names their kid Skip? You know, like, oh, what do you want to name your kid? Skip. You know, sounds like an abortion attempt to me. Anyway, who was born in 1946 as well?
1946. 1946. K. Satchiranarayan, Indian poet and critic.
And I looked
With
it
a
up.
name like that, I wouldn't try to criticize anything.
Yeah, well, apparently his first name is K, because it's not telling me anything. So,
Okay.
yep.
No, 1949, Martin Kleiner, English journalist, author, comedian, singer, actor, and radio presenter.
Dang.
1949, Wendy O. Williams Ellis, U.S. singer, songwriter, musician, and actress.
1952, Roger Briggs is a U.S. pianist, composer, conductor, and educator. 1968, Kylie Minogue was born on this date. She is a Australian singer, songwriter, producer, and actress. And then 1979, actually, why don't you take these last two?
1979, Delizia Al Omar, Saudi Arabian terrorist who is documented to have hijacked American Airlines Flight 11.
Yep, he was one
Died
of
2001.
the September 11th hijackers.
1987. T.J. Yates, U.S. football player.
His actual name is Taylor Jonathan Yates. Jumping on up into deaths here, starting us off in the year 576, we have Germain of Paris, or Paris, whatever, was a French bishop and saint, having been born in 496. What a name, German of Paris. Like, you know, isn't that a foreshadowing of World War I and II right there? 741,
Yep.
we have Ucha'an K'in Ba'alam, Mayan king, birth was unknown. And then 1626, we have Thomas Howard, 1st Earl of Suffolk, was born in 1561.
Good. 1787. Leopold Mozart, Austrian violinist, composer, and conductor.
Is this a famous Mozart, or is this a different one?
No, that's Wolf. You talking about
Wolfgang
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart?
That's right. Okay. All right.
Yeah. 1811. Henry Dundas, first Viscount Melville, Scottish lawyer and politician who was the Secretary of State of War. And 1878, John Russell, first Earl Russell, English politician who was a Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
1904, Kicking Bear was a Native American tribal leader born in 1846. And, you know, going off of my very minute amount of Native American, you know, like, knowledge, especially from the movie Dances with Wolves, this guy must have been a badass to have earned his name. Kicking Bear? This guy's going around kicking bears. What the hell's wrong with him? Anyway,
what if he's kicking bears?
Oh god, not those bears. I didn't even know that those were around back then. Like, when was that even a term?
I don't know.
Like, what was it, 1960 or something? When all the gay rights and everything started coming out?
Yeah.
Of the closet, so to speak. Anyway, 1937, Alfred Adler was a Austrian-Scottish ophthalmologist and psychologist, having been born in 1870. What's an ophthalmologist? That sounds very familiar. What does an ophthalmologist do? They handle all the medical aspects of eye care, including treatment, surgery, and the prescription of contact lenses and glasses, as well as medication.
I could have told you that. Told you that, but I wasn't even paying attention.
Alright, well, in 1988, we have Cy Oliver, was a U.S. trumpet player, composer, and band leader. He was born in 1910. And why don't you take these last two as well?
1999, B. Yo, you did it again.
What?
Wait. You didn't put Harambe.
Oh, damn. Okay, wait, when was that? 2016?
Yeah. 1999, B. Vida Lechara, Indian director and producer. 2010, Gary Coleman, U.S. actor. You know him from playing Arnold.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yep. He was in that I forgot the name of the show. Fuck, that's how dumb I am.
Different Strokes, right?
Yeah, Different Strokes, and also he was in he did some cameos in Back to Life.
Huh. He was also in a lot of commercials.
Yes, he was.
He was struggling for money, like a lot of actors. Like
and
Shaq.
he was also a security guard.
What?
Yes.
What are they having him secure? The playground?
Let's see what else he was in. He's also in the video game Postal 2.
What?
Yes, Gary Coleman's in Postal 2.
Wow. That's incredible.
And 2016, Harambe.
Rest in peace.
Gorilla.
Dicks out for Harambe. Anyway, that concludes the show. Once again, check the underbar for links that you may be interested in, which also includes
Soyan TV on Twitch.
For your dose of Past Events Daily, oh yeah, also the links also have everything Omni Coalition. I forgot about that. For your dose of Past Events Daily, we stream every day. We're starting to stream every day at 10. That is the goal. It might be a little later, but we're going to try to focus on 10 to give you, the audience, some more structured time in order to see us. And I actually, we're planning on moving over to Rumble for our streaming services because YouTube, as I said before, is doing us dirty and releasing our streams a week after. For whatever reason, it takes them a week to go through it or whatever. So, but anyway, I am Aoxander.
I'm me.
And you are you. And until you see us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Until then, toodles. Let's go, Brandon.